Hello, everybody, and welcome to DreamSpace. DreamSpace allows you to go from months of development into minutes. It's our vibe coding studio that it is powered by Space and Time. Space and Time is a tamper-proof database that, well, basically it allows you to put all your data and make sure that it is fully secure and it hasn't been manipulated for any reason, right? So perhaps when you sell your startup in a couple of months, and your rate, nobody figures out that you made up some millions of users out of nowhere, right? That's what Space and Time does as a tamper-proof data, making sure that all the data that is there is reliable and that you can trust it. And besides the Space and Time, we have DreamSpace. DreamSpace is our vibe coding studio that leverages on all that backend from Space and Time and allows you to generate all this UI without any coding experience if you don't want to, and going super fast and deliver your own apps. But before going into detailing what DreamSpace is, let me have some context of what the industry has been for the last 3 years, right? Because why do we even need another vibe coding studio when we have tens of them already? Well, the thing is, in 2023, 2024, when the LLMs started to raise, we have seen lots of agents coming out, and businesses were being focused on developing all these tools that allow the users interact with their businesses and so on, right? Now, on 2025, what we have started seeing is all these apps that are fully generated by AI agents and that can be used by end customers or by internal customers directly, right? Always that the creators are willing to provide the proper context to LLMs, right? Because for both things, actually what happens is that we need to provide a lot of context to the chatbots. We need to provide a lot of context on our industry. We need to provide a lot of context of our business case and our business tools so that these LLMs actually know how to get the most out of the tools that we are providing them. And that's what we have done, especially in DreamSpace, right? We have leveraged all the resources that we had on our backend on DreamSpace, on Space and Time, and we have provided LLMs the capability of use and make the most out of that. In our industry of app generators, what we are going to see is that in the future, we are going to see more and more app generators that are industry specific. When all the LLMs started, we thought that the actual value, the actual differentiator key of an app generator was to have the best chatbot, the best coding experience whatsoever. But this is all getting commoditized. This has started getting commoditized, and it will be even more commoditized over the following year, right? And if that's been commoditized, where is the actual value? Where is the actual key differentiator part? Well, it's providing all that context based on your industry. So we are going to see all these different, for example, gaming app generators that have all their context of this specific industry with like the studio that makes the most sense, or the finance app generators that in the backends, besides the app generators and the LLMs and the chatbots, has the best models to predict what the markets are going to be looking like, right, in the future. Or healthcare and insurance. Perhaps the best scoring system is what is making you the best, the most suitable app generator for that industry, and not that much the LLM. The truth is, that's a lot of writing. Doing the homework to become the best on your industry means to provide all your chatbots with so much context that translates into pages of prompts, pages of, well, instructions on how to use your APIs to get the most of that. And that's where the hard work is. And we have seen something similar with the Model Context Protocol, right? This is some sort of what is happening here. Model Context Protocol is just a standardized way to make sure that the AI agents are able to call your business REST APIs in the best way. But this is no more than providing them with all the context and all the limitation that they have when they are using your tools, right? And this is what we have been doing in DreamSpace. We have been putting all the guardrails on our chatbot so that they know how to interact with our database, and which has these characteristics of tamper-proof data and gets the most out of that. So what we have in DreamSpace is basically the capability of generate your app UI without any coding experience, without any single knowledge of how to code if you don't want to. If you want, you are capable of doing your own twists in code, and all that code, it is being automatically deployed to GitHub. So it is yours. Additionally to that, we have all these industry-specific tool calls that you can invoke with our agents, and then you have as well access to our database and visualizations that we are providing with space and time backend, right? So all of this that we have been building for our initial product on space and time is going to be leveraged to provide you with SQL and the visualization for your Vive coding experience. So let me show you what DreamSpace is. First, I'm going to show you the backend platform of space and time. And basically what we're seeing here is all the index data that we're providing to our clients. As ours is an industry of really secure data that you can trust, there are lots of our clients that are blockchain developers, right? And what they are consuming here is a lot of data from crypto activity. So that's why we have a lot of data from that. But you can also introduce your data, your organization data with this. So on the back end, a part of it, what you can do is just generate all the visualization, get all the context, your business context, super easy with our NL2 SQL engine, right? So I'm going to show you, for example, get me the data of Ethereum on daily basis for the last week. I'm going to run the prompt, and this is going to translate all my requests into SQL that can be executed against our database and retrieve all that data. Not only that, you will be able to do a lot of visualizations from the pre-made ones that we are offering you, or save any charts or configure the visualization at your place. You can also generate all the dashboards you want with this data, and get the most of our database and your business intelligence, right? So that's the backend. That's the backend that powers most of our AI Vive Coding Studio. On the Vive Coding Studio, what we can do is generate all this UI that enables you to serve to your end customers, to your internal customers, whatever kind of app you want with just one single prompt, right? So I'm going to go ahead and say, hey, generate an app that tracks the OKRs of my startup operations, right? And here you can choose the color themes if you want to. You can choose the different design styles, and just hit on start creating, right? You can also start from a blank project if you want to. And when I hit on start creating, I think I need to log in. 1 second. When I hit on start creating, this will generate a full website within 30 seconds, 1 minute. For the demo purposes, what I will be showing you here is one of the dApps that I generated. let's say if that loads, with that single prompt, right? So this is the same prompt that I use for generating this other one. And here we have a full interface, a full UI that you can already serve your customers. So what you can do with our Vibe Coding Studio is if you want to do any change to this UI, you can just go ahead and ask the chatbot to implement those changes. So for example, here, change the title of this component from, well, to track your data, right? And I'm gonna say please because, well, in case of the singularity, we want to let the AI know that we were polite at least, right? So as you have seen, the chatbot has understood all our requests and has changed the component that we had here and added the new title. And we can do all kind of edits that we want to our UI, right? In our canvas, if you're a non-technical user, it is super easy to go ahead and do changes on the different components. We have isolated components from one each other. So when you're altering one thing, you're not altering 20 pages as what it is happening with Cursor. And if you want to have access to the code, that's another possibility. You have full access to everything that it is being generated. It is all yours. You can also change it real quick if you want to. And at the same time, you can add all the components that you want. So for example, let's add some frequently asked questions here. As you can see, they are going to match already the theme of the whole website. In the meantime, while that is loading, if we want to change something of the style, design is my passion, right? So we can do it. And once we have that ready, we can also go and publish it, right? We can check our own domain, save a cut of the release that we want to. Let me just add a new component here to say, let me add a newsletter. Sorry, with the trackpad, it's a bit hard. Yeah, for some reason, the trackpad is not letting me now. But you can add as well all the data visualization, all the data that you had stored in space and time. You have access to it directly, so you can leverage all the data in our studio and therefore have quick access. If you want to further integrate the app with your backend because you have some business logic, we are also providing you the tools to interact with our API, keeping your secret really secret and not and not disclaiming them, as we are seeing recently with like Cursor Vibe Coding. And yeah, that's mainly DreamSpace. We're releasing an alpha version in a couple of weeks now that has a trial version for everybody that wants to use it with all the features that I'm showing you here and many more. The only limitation for the trial version is there is some rate limiting on your chatbot tool. So if you're doing a lot of requests as a non-technical user, you'll need a bit of patience, but that's mainly it. If you are interested in knowing more about the Vibe Coding Studio of Space and Time and of DreamSpace, we're here in the bus of DreamSpace just around the corner. So please let me know and I will be happy to explain any further. Thank you very much.